once again everyone. So today I have a different video than I usually do. I say that a lot, but this time it's true. So basically I made a video a little while ago called The Sims 3 versus The Sims 4, and it got an overwhelming response. Like, so many people watched it, so many people liked it. It's one of my most viewed videos right now, and I was shook. So I really love video games, like casual type video games like The Sims 3, The Sims 4. I don't really like The Sims 4, but you get it, I like The Sims franchise. Well, in this video I'm going to be talking about a completely different franchise, however the games are still very, very casual. So, I'm going to kind of be talking about Harvest Moon in this video, but the main topic is Stardew Valley, which is a very Harvest Moon-esque game for PC, and I think it's available on Mac as well. I don't know if it's available on consoles, but I am positive that it's available on PC. So, without further ado, let's just jump into the video, shall we? So, Harvest Moon is one of the very first games that I ever played in my life. Like, it was one of my first video games. I remember when I was like 4 years old, my mom got me a PlayStation 2. I still have a PlayStation 2 in my room. It's like over there. And she got me some games for it, and I played those games for a little while, but pretty soon I wanted some new games. So I remember this so vividly. So she took me to Toys R Us, which I've not been there in years, but she took me to Toys R Us and we looked around at the PlayStation 2 games. So we were just in there browsing, and they had like some of those little like swivel stands, you know, where you can just like turn it, kind of like they do for like jewelry in some places, but they had like swivelly stands in there. And I don't know why, but this one game caught my eye, and it was called Harvest Moon Save the Homeland. And my mom got it for me, and I was so excited, and I went home and I played it for hours, okay, hours. So yes, Save the Homeland was my introduction to the Harvest Moon series. Harvest Moon has become such a huge part of my life. It's kind of ridiculous. Like, it's like one of those games that's kind of just comforting to go and play. Like, you don't have to think about things too hard. It's just fun. I don't know. I love it. I know people either love or hate this franchise, but I absolutely love it. It is just a huge part of who I am. So, yeah. So Harvest Moon is a fantastic franchise. I really, really liked the games that they put out for the Wii. They were really, really fun to me. They're some of my favorites, like I said. And, you know, there hasn't been too many recent Harvest Moon games. I mean, the ones for the Wii, yes, they're recent, but there just hasn't been that much going on. I don't know, and I was kind of sad about it because I always would look forward to whatever new game they were going to release. Like, I have games for my DS, like Game Boy. I love it. So when I heard about Stardew Valley, I was ecstatic. Like, I went and looked at it on Steam, and I was like, yes, this is exactly what I've been looking for. It's like Harvest Moon, but kind of better, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's not better than Harvest Moon, but it adds things that a lot of people wished were in Harvest Moon games. For example, there is combat in Stardew Valley. You can go to the mines, and when you go down and down and down, there's like harder enemies to battle, and it's just really fun. It's not my favorite aspect of the game, but it's a really nice break from the mundane tasks of just watering crops, feeding the animals, all that good stuff. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love those mundane tasks. It's what makes the game what it is. However, another really cool thing that I just thought it was automatically awesome about this game. When you first start up the game, you get to choose like your character's gender, what they look like, all that good stuff. And then when you get in the game, there are eligible bachelors and bachelorettes for each person to like marry, and like you can get divorces too. They're really expensive, but you can get divorces in this game, which is really crazy. But anyway, what's really awesome is no matter what gender you choose, you can marry either the bachelors or the bachelorettes. Like you can marry anybody, same gender, different gender, whatever. So I thought that that was really cool because that is not something Harvest Moon has implemented in like any of their games, I'm pretty sure. So I thought that was really awesome. There's just kind of like a general magical feeling about this game. Like there's a wizard in a tower in the forest, and when you go to the community center, there are the little forest sprites that are there that like inhabit the community center until you rebuild it. That is another thing. There is a clear main objective to this game when you first start out, and that is to rebuild and just restore the community center to what it once was. And the way that you do that is you go in and there are bundles that you complete. Like, for example, like each room has a bundle. The main room has a couple of different bundles. But anyway, one is like the pantry bundle or whatever. And there's like 5 or 6 different bundles within a bundle. So to complete the pantry, like you might have a bundle for quality crops. So you need to get like 5 gold star crops of these specific types of crops. Like I love objectives and completionist type things like that. It's like right up my alley. I can spend hours on a game if I'm working toward a clear objective. That is what I love the most. Collecting things is also something I really, really love in games, and that obviously ties into my OCD collecting. Like it's kind of amazing. I love it. And it does take a while to complete these bundles. I think it takes at least to half of year 2 to complete it, because some things are only available in year 2. Like you need a red cabbage for the dye bundle, and the general store only starts selling red cabbage seeds in year 2. So obviously it's going to take you until year 2 to complete that particular bundle. However, a lot of them are you can complete them in year 1 if you start from the very first day that you start. And I've done that. I've made a completely separate farm where I just start working toward those bundles on day 1. But I do think you get the most authentic experience if you go into it completely blind to the bundles and not worrying about it from your first day. I think that you will get the best experience that you possibly can for your first time playing it if you just go in trying to have a really good time. I wouldn't worry about completing the bundles as fast as you can in your first playthrough. It's just not that important, I think. I think the most important thing is enjoying building up your farm, you know, having a ton of crops, having all these animals to take care of, making friends with the villagers. Like, that's my favorite part. I do love collecting things for the community center, but I feel like that's such a tiny, tiny portion of what this game really is about. Let's talk about animals. So, as far as animals go, when you first start out, you can only build like the basic barn and the basic coop. And with the basic coop, you can only have chickens, and with the basic barn, you can only have cows. Now, you can upgrade these through the carpenter, and she will tell you how much money you need and how many resources you need. You need like wood and stone to build most things. And I think that the first upgrade for the coop is 10,000 gold and the barn is 12,000, I think. And with the second upgrade, you unlock ducks in your coop, which is really, really cool. I love ducks. I think that they're adorable. I don't know, I may be crazy, but I love ducks. And for the second upgrade to the barn, I think that you unlock goats. Yeah, just goats. You unlock goats. So that's what you unlock with upgrade number 2. Upgrade number 3 for the coop gets you bunnies, and you can have little bunnies and they produce wool, and sometimes you'll get a rabbit's foot, which is something that is needed for one of the bundles in the community center, a rabbit's foot. And the 3rd barn upgrade unlocks sheep and pigs. Sheep obviously produce wool every few days, and pigs kind of just go out into your field and they dig up truffles. Truffles are like basically gold. They are fantastic. People like truffles. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody in the town loves truffles. However, you can also just sell truffles. You have a little box that you can go and put things in, very similar to Harvest Moon if you've ever played that. And at the end of the day, the mayor will come and like pay you for whatever you put in your shipment box. So that's really cool. Truffles are worth a lot. However, you can also craft artisan goods in this game, which is like cheeses, mayonnaise, truffle oil. There are preserves jars where you can put fruit and vegetables. If you put fruit in, you will get like jellies and jams, and if you put in vegetables, you will get like pickled vegetables. So I think that's really cool. You can also produce wine if you craft some kegs. Also, when you complete bundles in the community center, you receive like special rewards. Like sometimes you will get a keg for completing a bundle, or you will get like a preserve jar for completing a bundle. Just stuff like that. And I think that's really cool. There's also a cooking aspect to this game. When you get the first upgrade to your house, you get a kitchen, so you can start cooking things. And that's one of my favorite parts about the game. I think it's really, really cool. I like grow all these crops and then I put them in my refrigerator, because the kitchen does come with a refrigerator, which basically works as a chest just for your food. And anyway, so then you can like make stuff and you can get recipes. Recipes you can get from watching TV on Wednesdays and Sundays. You can watch the Queen of Sauce and get recipes that way. But a way that you get even more recipes is that you become friends with the villagers around town. Villagers, citizens. If you make friends with the other citizens of town, then they will send you recipes in the mail. And I think it's usually when you get to 2 or 3 hearts with each person, they will start sending you recipes and just random gifts. I think like pretty much everybody will send you recipes when you become friends with them. But yeah, that is a way to get recipes and to cook in this game, and it's really, really awesome. I am obsessed with this game, in case you can't tell. Fishing is also another huge part of this game. Just like Harvest Moon, you can fish, but fishing is a lot more important when you are working on the bundles, unless you just love to fish. I'm not a huge fisher, just because like they don't sell for very much. I only really fish if I need it for a recipe, or like I said, if it's needed for the bundle. There are skill levels in this game, so as you do certain things, you will progress in your skills. If you fish a lot, you will obviously progress in your skills. Mining, you can progress. Farming, you can progress. The way that you progress with farming and fishing, I am pretty sure, is when you ship crops or fish, like in your shipment box. That is how they determine, I guess, how well your fishing skill level is. And when you get to level 5 of each skill, you get to pick one of 2 options. So like, for example, one option may make it where fish are worth 25% more, and the other one may be where you're, I don't know, it's weird. It's like you get to pick something that benefits you. Like for mining, you have the option to make gems worth like 25% more, or whenever you hit a rock with your pickaxe, it has the option to drop, like it has the opportunity to drop 2 ores instead of 1. So that's like the typical thing that it would be. It'd be like stuff is worth more, or you have the potential to get more of whatever it is that you're working towards, you know? So that is what it is. And when you get to level 10, you get another one which benefits you even more than the level 5 one. However, I can't think of any of those right now, so I'll just tell you that. And by the way, you guys, I will link the wiki for Stardew Valley below, and I will probably link the Steam page for it so you can get it if you want. It's $15, definitely worth it in my opinion. I'm obsessed with this game. It's so much fun. It has so much replayability, it's ridiculous. Like, you even have the option for like 5 different farms when you first start. There's like a river farm where you're on like a bunch of different islands. There's like a mountain farm where you're like, your house is higher up and you can go down and there's like all these rocks everywhere. There's the forest farm where there's just trees abundantly growing on your farm, which is my personal favorite. Or there's like the basic farm, which is the one that was the original farm that the creators came up with. So it's just a whole lot of fun. There's so much more to it than I could ever explain, but I just think it has so much depth, and it's so beautiful. I love the art style of this game. It's just fantastic. It's like everything that I ever hoped Harvest Moon would be, Stardew Valley is, and I love it so much for that. It's what I do in most of my spare time, so I just couldn't go without making a video about this. So anyways, that's all I'm going to say about it. I think it's a fantastic game. I love it to death. Yeah, I love this game. Thank you guys so much for joining me again today. Leave me a like if you like this video, comment down below, and subscribe because I make new videos every Monday and Friday. Thank you guys once again so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!